Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I have two children, 18 years apart from each other. My daughter is 27 years old, and my son is 8. So, when my daughter was coming up, I had various animals. I've had turtles, I've had rabbits, um, snails, two Rottweilers. One I gave back because they wouldn't listen, they wouldn't mind, pooped in my car and all that. So I ended up with one Rottweiler. What else? We have hamster, birds. So I'm kind of like over the top with animals. So now that he's here, he wants a pet. So, make a long story short, a couple of days ago I had a little consultation with an adult, arguing about different things. So I told him, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want you to see me upset or yelling." Or he said, "Well, why are you arguing?" And I said, "Well, why do you want a pet?" And we kind of just flowed from there. So he said, "Well, I want a pet." He went on and on and on. His sister has dogs, but he can see them regularly, but it's nothing like your own pet. So I gave him an example to explain to him adult life and adult situations and confusions sometimes. He said, "Well, can we at least get a fish?" So I said, "Okay, say we get a fish. We'll get a fish. We'll get the bowl, and we're going to get a little fish. We're going to get good goldfish. We're not going to get big aquarium or anything. We're going to get a little bowl, little goldfish, and then we have food that we put in it." So we were discussing that. He said, "Yeah, we could do that." I said, "Okay, so imagine we have our fish. I buy the fish food, and I sprinkle it in, and then, the fish eats. So each time we take turns feeding the fish." So he said, "Okay." So I said, "And then after a while, the fish tank might have to be cleaned, and then the food has to be replaced." So I told him, I said, "And then after a while, you'll start buying the fish food." And he said, "Huh? I don't want to buy the fish food. I'll buy it only if it's $1." And I said, "Okay. So imagine if you said you wanted to buy it, you didn't want to buy it. So what I probably would do is call the fish patrol people on you." So he kind of looked like, "Huh?" So that's what I would do. He said, "Why would you call the fish patrol people on me?" I said, "Because you wanted a fish. And now you say you only buy fish food if it's $1." So he said, "Well, yeah, I need my money." And I said, "Okay." So that's why I will call the fish patrol people. So he was, huffy. So I said, "That's the same thing that happens in adult life." He said, "Hey, that's child support." And I said, "Yes, it is." So that's what happens. You agree to take care of something, but when somebody doesn't do it, fish patrol is involved. So that's my definition, because sometimes children need to know a little glimpse of what's going on instead of telling them sit down and shut up, because then their mind wanders on things that probably are not true at all. So we fish patrol in here. So he has an idea of what's going on. When you have something you love, you have to take care of it. You have to be responsible for it in some kind of way. So when I say fish patrol, now he understands the whole picture. Yes? Yes. Fish patrol. We have to teach our children things. This way they understand. Maybe not fully, like, "Oh, I can write a book about this now." No, but just kind of understand, like, wow. And by the way, there's a lot of nice ladies out here that don't call fish patrol and do anything, and that's fine. But when you agree on something strongly, sometimes you have to have, instead of battling out, you do it by law, or you do it by any other means, your mom, dad, your cousins and uncles. You do it that way. But there's a lot of nice ladies out here. And I believe some males, like calling fish patrol and things like that, they will call fish patrol in a minute, because I think a lot of ladies are nicer than a lot of men. Some men, you do some things to them, or children, they're ready to knock you out. They're not putting up with any of it. They're not standing for a little bit of nothing. It's like they pride themselves. So when I call fish patrol, I'm kind of priding myself too. So, I mean, it's optional. But we fish patrol over here.